Hello, welcome aboard again, my wonderful community. In this video, we'll be learning how to play around with the key of a track.
Now listen.
Just as you can clearly see from the intro,
Yes.
you can see how I'm able to manipulate the key going up and coming down.
Continue.
So this is a concept that is actually driven by harmonic key mixing.
You know?
What do you mean by harmonic key mixing?
Go and ask your grandfather. Let's have it. Let's have it.
It is a mixing concept where you put more of your emphasis on the key of the track. One thing you need to know there is we'll be learning how to identify the key of a track, how do you get the harmonic key, and how do you change the key. Ordinary from keyboard. Just watch. So you can see how I'm able to play around with the key just from the keyboard. I'm taking it up and bringing it down. We are going to see everything in detail. First, when you come to your controller, on this particular point, you see where it is saying key. This very point, when you tap on it, you see it's already giving me this option. Before you do this particular action, make sure you tick on this unlock key. Make sure it is not highlighted.
Are you kidding me?
The way it is. Make sure it is not highlighted. When it is highlighted, click on it to reduce the highlight. The reason is this. When you lock it, it will always reset back to its original key.
Are you kidding me?
So in this case, we want to be playing around with the key without it going back to the original key.
Continue.
So how do you know the key of a sound by just listening to it?
How they concern you, man?
First, look at the key from here. If I tap on this again, let me remove this. Let me show you the key here. So you can see this very particular track that is playing. Look at the harmonic key, which is 11B. So remember, harmonic key is talking about the complete key of the track, not just the melody. It's only when you're talking about the melody sound alone that you talk about key of a song. But if you are talking about the entire element, you are talking about harmonic key, use the harmonic key. In this case, the harmonic key of this track is 11B. So that is why you get to see it. If I tap it here, if I tap on this right arrow here, you see it's going to bring it. Look at it. This is the key of the track. If I tap it again, this is the adjustment +1. I've increased it. This is it. It's at 11B. But if I come to this original track where I haven't adjusted the harmonic key, let me take the harmonic key to 0. Then you get to see what I'm saying. This is it on 0. If I tap on the key already, this is it. You can see it's 11B, which is the original thing that we're having here. So for you to be able to play around with this key, it means you must understand the concept of pitch. How does this pitch work, and what is the relationship between this pitch and harmonic key? And also you must understand the relationship between this pitch and your BPM, which is beat per minute. There are advantages that comes with playing with this pitch, and there are also disadvantages that comes with it. Yes, we are going to see it as time goes on. With time, I'm going to explain some of the advantages that you get to enjoy, even for you as a DJ when you want to do certain things online. And there are also disadvantages. So you have to be careful on how you use this so that you don't end up making a mess of your effort for years. So this is it. This particular track, when you look at it, the BPM is high. So adjusting the BPM, shifting it upward or bringing it downward does not change the key of a track. As I've said earlier, the beat per minute is only talking about the counting of those individual elements that are going. That means the counting of the metronome. How many times does it count within a minute? You're only shifting the counting of the metronome based on the track, which is the beat. That is 1, 2, 3, 4. Then for you to adjust the key, it means you have to look at the harmonic key. That is where the concept of this key comes into play. This particular key comes into play where you increase it or decrease it manually. But I have a keyboard shortcut already that I'm using, so I wouldn't go into that. You see, in this case, this one is locked. So now that it is locked, if I try to shift the key upward, whenever I want to do anything, if I'm starting a song again, it will go back to its original key. But if I don't want it to go back to its original key, I will click here. You see it's removed. Then I can play around with the key without it going back to original key. I believe you got to understand what I'm talking about here. So we are going to see how to just know the differences between these two tracks based on the harmonic key. You can see both of them are on +12 BPM beat per minute, I'm going to play this very one that is currently playing now. Then I will now switch over. You get to see the difference clearly. Look at it. So you can see the difference. You can see the difference. Let me switch over to the first one again. So you can hear the sound. Even the pitch, the sound alone will make you get to see the difference. I'm using letter G to switch to the next track without necessarily doing anything. Look at it. Once I pick on the track I want, look at it. Once I want to switch, look at it. Just tapping on the letter G will change it. This is it. Tapping on the G will change it. Look at it. So let's get to see the difference now. I'm going to open this particular one to this particular arrow. You get to see, you see this one is not locked, so it means I can maintain it on a particular key and it will go. This one, whenever I try to adjust the key, it will always go back to the original key whenever I start it. So that is it. So playing around with this key is really interesting. It gets to build more vibe in the song that you are playing, and you get to make the audience enjoy them more, because music generally, there is something about music in common. When you are shifting the beat, that means if you are increasing the beat, that is beat per minute, you should also be able to shift the key, which is the harmonic key, either by a little fraction or reduce it by a little fraction as you are bringing it down. So by doing that, the audience will get to connect with it more than just playing it on a particular key. Just playing it on a particular key where you are just playing around with the BPM. It doesn't really connect the audience that much. So that is one secret that it comes to DJing. So we are going to be looking at bringing other track with BPM and then adjusting their BPM as well as the key to blend with other track as time goes on. So thank you once again for being there. I believe you drive value in this video. Catch you in my next video. The shortcut key is this. We are going to be doing a practical demo now. I'm going to switch to this first track, then after that I will now begin to play around with the key of this present one that is playing now. Just to watch the movement of my finger. So I'm going to be adjusting the key now. So this is it. I've increased the speed. Which is the key, sorry. So at this point I'm going to increase the speed, which is the BPM. So you can see how I've increased it too. So at this point I'm going to reduce the BPM small. So you can see how I reduce it. You can see the effect. Then I'm going to reduce the key now. So you can see the effect of the key on the track now. So let me increase it. I've taken it to 3B. Look at it. 3B now. But the original is 11. This is it. You can see. The original is 11B. But as I increase it, you get to see the effect. Okay.